Thing is, if we are created a context, uh, context library, and this is the context library where we can use the counter context is the uses for the value, and set counter context it is used for actions. Okay,
Hmm.
and this two type of context object uh, are provides some another class property through the uh, through the create context function, and that is provider. Okay, so this provider have some uh, type value like value, and there we can post some value with the reducer. Okay, so this is the reducer part which are actually connecting with the value and actions also. Okay, so if
Hmm.
actions are performing, then value will be updated in the reducer part, and that reducer value are observer with the counter context provider. So this is the actually structure, and if we want, so then we can set this kind of a structure into the app part also directly. But thing is, if we are created all this kind of lines into the main app section, so that is
Hmm.
that will be very problematic to maintain all the thing. So for that particular reason, I just created context JSX, and there I just implement a component class, a component function, and that component functions are connected with the main applications. Okay, so here I have
If you go back, right, like counter,
counter
the
returns.
other,
Hmm.
yeah, count. Why? Okay. Um, Counter context dot provider value and action. So we would require these two because whatever action that people are taking, that value has to come to that. I mean that val, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then what is that line 14 children? Why is that being?
Actually, we are actually wrapping anything which application, so that comes here, because this is the children. Children means when you work it as a uh, component, as a react react element.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when we are create an element like this. Okay,
Mm.
and after that, when we are writing this another elements in between that particular component,
Mm.
that called children. So this is also like that. We are actually set up other component other elements as a children using this provider.
Okay.
Can you get me? Understand me?
No, sir.
Actually thing is, it is a when we are create uh, kind of this, so it is a JSX element, right?
Mm.
And when we are create the element, so elements have two type of properties. One is the attributes, another is the children property. So if we are creating any attributes, so that attributes are connecting that value like this way. And if you are
Mm.
using any children value, so that children value connected with this way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here I creating so many actually here I am creating two children properties. Okay, so counter context is a provider which is required. Also
Mm.
set counter context is a another provider. So this is two provider. If we are writing all the providers in app sections, so it will be
Mm.
very larger structure
Mm.
in this section. So for that purpose, we need to be short or minify the whole things. So for that particular reason, we are
So you
creating
mean
a
to say that to render this whole thing to the other components wherever is required, we are mentioning the children, is it?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is the
Yeah.
actually thing. And when we are created it as a custom element with the counter provider, and after using that provider, so just we are connect the provider like this. Okay,
Mm, mm,
actually we try to minify all the provider in one provider, because if we have so many kind of uh, data transactions properties or objects, so
mm,
if we are wrap up with all provider in one provider, so that will be very helpful to manage uh, all the components or all the UIs basically. So, okay, so first thing
mm,
we actually see how counter provider work. So counter provider actually this counter 3 is a counter context object. Okay, where we are
mm-hmm,
getting the value from the counter context, which is the counter, and when we are pass the action, so that time we
mm,
can use a dispatch method with the
mm,
use context, and that is the set counter context. This is the actually use state uh, process, but it is actually working for all application in the
mm,
in the applications, and you can accessing it anywhere in your uh,
mm.
application components, anywhere in your application. Okay.
But the but only thing is wherever this should be, if this is being called by other people, then only this will be like in what I mean to say is increment and decrement. If they want, then only it will come here, right? Like
Actually,
otherwise, it's
here actually you are thinking about your home switch. Okay, home switch
mm,
means you have fan, light, so many things are there, but in your room have switchboard. You just pressing the switch and on the fan and light respective that switch, right?
mm,
But if you are actually want to connect that light or fan without interlinking, without interlinking in directly, so that time what you can do, you just set up a uh, radio activity or what is say, we can set up remote connections, right?
mm,
A remote device for the light or
mm,
fan, and
mm,
as well as your with your switch also. So that time you can connect it through the uh, wireless. Means you can connect it through the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth.
mm,
Okay, so you are not directly connected with the wire, you are connected with the wireless connection when
mm,
you are set up the third party devices with the light or switchboard.
mm,
Okay, so there have no direct connections, and if you want to move your switch and light anywhere in your home, so you can do that easily,
mm,
because that switch and light they are interconnected with the Bluetooth device.
mm,
So this is also like that. It is a context, and it is a like a Bluetooth device, where it did not require direct connections, because here it did not require any child parent options, child parent connection. I- it is actually a setup process to connecting with your device, third party devices, which is the Bluetooth device. Okay, like that.
mm.
And here you can observe the value, and here you can action performance, you can do any actions. Okay, and after that
Mm,
you can set up the value for the switchboard for the lights, and your switchboard can be placed anywhere. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the actually value where only observe the display value. Okay, and this is the counter, and both of them are not directly connected, right?
Hmm.
Because if you are not observing this particular thing, so you did not require this particular line also.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you does not require, so now I just simply place into the, not here, I can place it into the page section, home page, and I just place counter 3. mm, Counter 3, and now this is the counter, and just I press here, and value as are updated into the display section. Okay, so this is the switchboard, and it is the display board.
Hmm.
Okay, so in between there have no direct connections, but there have Wi-Fi zone or Bluetooth zone,
Hmm.
and that Bluetooth zone are created by the context. This is the Bluetooth zone.
Can you show me the display.jsx like um,
Just we are
counter context? Okay.
just we observe the value here,
Okay.
and we can anywhere we can observe the value. If we want to observe the value here also, if we want, just counter equal to use context, it is the navigation section. Okay, so just I import like this. Okay, and we can use just a navigation option. Just I put a value like hash, and counter value with okay, just like I just like use like this. Just I try to refresh it. What happening? Okay, so actually why not it use here? Because it is actually this particular part actually connected with the this part actually connected with the this app section actually. Okay, so this is the app section where we need to be use the context.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay, so this is the counter value object, but if we try to connect the context, but this particular use context only can use in between the function, uh, in between the function, because this function cannot be used directly, because it is a react hook, so it must called in a react function component or a custom hooks. Okay, so it is only can you call here only. Okay, but problem is if we want to pass some value in this section, how can do that? Because okay, mm, actually I try to see you as a card counter, card value. Okay, so how can do? If we want cart button, so this is not be very useful section. Go to the navigation section, and this is the section where I am using it. Flex none. I just try it. uh, Here I am create another div class, and now I just simply use uh, and not anchor, it is a
But this display should be within that thing, right?
actually I just
Mm,
create like this. Okay, so actually I just create a cart value. Okay, like this. Right now I just use the counter uh, for here. Okay, so how can get the value? So this counter value const counter, and this counter can be observe the data use context, sorry, use context. This is the counter. Actually, why we are using the context? Because if we are using the uh, basket system, because if you want to try to add
hmm.
the product into the basket,
Hmm.
so that time you can see the uh, product baskets like this, right?
Hmm.
So
I have not created the counter context. I have only counter reducer for some reason.
actually you are not created a counter reducer last time, because sorry, counter context you are not create last class, because last class I
Ah,
uh, uh, teach you the counter reducer, but today
correct.
we are talking about counter context. So this is
Uh-huh.
the counter context whole structure, which is the dependent on the counter reducer also.
Counter.js. I do have the counter reducer, but you have created in utils. I don't have that counter reducer is there. Can I create in the same? I have to. I need to have another one. Counter context.
Counter context dot .jsx are required, because this time we are creating a component element.
Sucks. Context. But in this, what am I supposed to do? I need to create counter context.
This is the counter context, and
Suppose
after that you need to be create this two context property.
counter counter But still, create. This is you wanted to do a create context. Okay.
Create context is required
Uh-huh.
because it is a initializer function.
Okay.
Context initializer function.
Both are context only. Set counter and create context both are same. Is that
Yes,
okay?
both are same.
This is value
O-
and this
one
is
is
for
the one is the receiver,
action.
one is the receiver, and another is the publisher. It is a
Hmm.
it is the subscriber and it is the publisher.
Okay.
It send the signals and it's
Oh, these
observe
two
them.
happens to be outside the export default. Is that
Yes,
thought?
it is required because
Okay.
if we are not observing it
Uh-huh.
anywhere, so we cannot get the value.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, mm, we need to set value set to value use reducer. Okay. Counter reducer, comma 0. Right?
Mm.
Oh, okay. But you have made as initial state. Okay. Okay. Now, I did that, but this, okay, I need to put it in app.jsx on the context provider on top of all these things. Counter context provider. Right? So counter context. Oh, okay. Oh, counter context provider. Is it counter context provider?
It is counter context provider. No, no, oh, no, counter context provider not. It is a counter provider, and here is the counter context dot provider.
That's right. In the app .jsx, I'm giving counter provider. Okay, I was giving counter app context provider. has already been declared. Why?
You write whole
Which
code.
one? Yeah, but it export default function. Which file is this? Counter context. .jsx counter context. Pages counter context has already been declared. Where? Where did I come? Did I not save any? Counter context. Oh, okay.
You already write it.
I wrote it, but it is telling me.
If you
Oh,
got some,
let me show.
if you got some problem, so then you can attach this line.
What is that? Refresh only export components.
I think you got this kind of lines.
No, it says that okay, my counter context.
If
Counter con. I'm
if you
just sharing my screen.
okay,
See, it says that.
please share your screen.
Am I sharing or no?
No.
It says counter context has already been declared.
I did not see your screen. Okay.
So,
Okay. Just hold on. Counter provider. Counter provider. Okay. So why you are writing? Uh, just hold on. Counter context. You also use. Acha. Problem is the initial state you did not have any initial state. So line number 8. Line number 8. Initial state will be 0. Where you write the initial state, this is directly write 0 here only, because this initial state it does not have proper value.
but still it is giving same thing.
Okay, so once you rerun once again.
Oh, sorry, I was not.
Okay.
One second. Is it because of that?
It is actually problem is no. Actually, why you can't use this particular thing? Because you are not creating any initial state value in your reducer part.
But shouldn't it come from the counter
I-
reducer?
yes, it can because you are create the counter reducer, but you are not create any counter state there.
Okay.
Sorry, initial state you are not created there, and as well as here you are not exporting the counter context and set counter context also. Before the const line number 4 or 5, you need to use the export syntax before of them. Okay, and now it is her working, I think.
No, it says counter provider is not defined.
Okay, so actually you are not
To-
sharing me your whole
oh,
screen.
everything. Okay, okay. 1 second. Hmm. Why is it not allowing me to share? Okay, let me see. Can you see everything?
Yes, now I can see your counter provider is not defined. Go to the app.jsx.
To just
Okay, and this counter provider, it's writing here, but you are not importing that into the top of the page. You need to import it. Now you can remove the counter context.
yeah, yeah.
Why counter? In the counter page, I think you did not written anything. What is the issue? Go to the counter provider. Go to the counter context. Structure is not good. Here, line number 13, C is capital. It is
But I'm passing the same. Okay.
children small, and it will be also small. Okay, and now it can see.
Okay. But what I want to do is I want to display this.
Mm,
But I want to display here itself.
So where you are using this counter?
Here.
So here you are actually using the reducer part, right?
Hmm.
So you are not using the context part.
Right.
So for this particular purpose, I just give you suggestions. You create another counter component, copy and paste this same component, and you just maintain your structure actually. When you are creating any components, when you
Mm-hmm.
create any components, that components goes into the common section or component section. That is the not a part of pages section. When you are creating the context part, that will should be go into the utility section or library section. So this is the structure you just created, because this is very important to manage your structure.
But this is like
Your
Oh,
code
you
is
mean to say that
your code is
the
good.
pages needs to. Okay.
Your code is good,
Uh,
but thing is, your structure is not good. Sorry, this counter to JSX need to be go common common folder because it is a component.
okay.
Because it is commonly used anywhere in your component, in your pages basically. Okay, and display also goes into the common section.
1 second, I just want to say it. Okay, so you mean to say that only pages will come over here?
Yes, and counter context goes to the utility section. Utility
Yeah.
section. If you created it like this, then you can understand and manage your proper
Hmm.
application structure.
Hmm.
And anyone after you, if anyone want to rewrite or update your codes, and as well as you also, so that time you can understand, you can know where your file is in your application. Okay. Counter context, use context. And counter context, and here only use only one property, count. Const count, line number 6, only use const count,
Okay.
not use third bracket here, because you are observing the value only here. And after that you can use the dispatch option, which are actually give you the suggestions. Const, and this is the set counter context.
Yeah.
Line number 7, set counter context. S, I think capital. Yes. Okay. So this time reducer does not require, and everything is same. Everything is same, does not require to change anything. Everything is same. Just you
No, but I need to use this particular one, right?
So go to
I need.
the counter where your counter page.
Where is that?
Where your counter page.
My counter is here.
Counter is there, but which pages, which in which page you are using the counter property.
I have just used an app main here itself. 1 second, I'll do it. Here.
Counter and counter.
Hmm.
So so this is counter, and scroll up, scroll up, scroll up.
This one. It's the same thing. Now I have to give like counter 2 in this case, right? Mm.
It is okay.
But this is that is okay.
Okay, because you could not understand when you are not using display.
Yeah.
But
This
your
is
structure is not good because you are only developing UI partials. and you are using that directly as a page.
Right.
It is not good practice. So
Yeah,
you
then I need to create one counter page here over
no,
here.
don't
Hmm.
require. Already you have page, landing page or home page. You just import that
Hmm.
component onto your in your UI, home page UI. You can use,
Here itself, you
yes,
mean to say?
yes. You can use your component, because your component is the partial design of your whole design.
Hmm.
So basically, common, uh, like common, JSX and card JS, everything is a partial thing of your design.
Hmm.
So uh, counter and counter display also same. So you think how can set up your uh, UI?
Okay.
You can use your display section in this line number 19. You can import a display section here. You can import display D capital, I think. Not like this, because you are creating already display JSX. So you need to be import the display JSX here.
Yeah, that I will import here, right?
But actually you are not writing proper code. Where is your display JSX? You just see my screen. Did you see?
Yeah.
So first you see my structure. It is my application structure. Okay. Here
Hmm.
is all the components. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is the counter context. This is the
Hmm.
counter context, and this counter context I use creating the design partials, and it is the my page sections, and this is my page section where I am using home page, and this home page I am using display element and counter 3 element, and this is the
Hmm.
counter 2, counter 3. This is whole things here.
Okay.
So it is the actually design partial, and it is the design partials too. These two sections I actually displaying here. One is the display part, another is the counter part, and this both are comes from the common folder. You just using the when you are creating the router part, that only uses for the page only, not whole thing, not other components. You just routing only pages property or pages component only use. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is the only page where you are adding in your product data, or sorry, only your page sections are connected with the router, only page sections.
Hmm.
And this is the display section, and this display section only observe the value,
That's right.
and
Well,
this particular thing I just simply and I just simply just hold on. I just simply use this particular thing into the home section. This is the home section. It is the home section, home page, and just we are seeing the value here only. You got the point?
Yeah, but for some reason, uh,
Uh, did you understand?
yeah, 1 second. I'm just checking something.
Because we are created another element, so I just import that element into our main UI.
For some reason, the display is not coming for me.
I think you are not import that. You share your screen.
1 second.
And then let's go back to our end.
Hello. Hello.
I'm sharing my screen.
Mhm. Why you are writing into the counter part? Counter is the another object. Counter 2 is the another element. Display is the another
That's
element.
right.
So why you are adding it as a child?
But the display value is coming from your counter only, right?
From counter, but both are not directly related. Both are not directly related. It is not your homepage. What you see in the browser. Click the homepage and go to the.
Oh, okay. Why am I getting those things?
And use the self closing tag. Use self closing tag for display and counter 2.
What do you mean to say about that?
Like this, but why required end tag if we are if we can use a self closing tag also.
Like this?
So you need to be set up the display value. Go to the display component.
I did that. Okay.
Here not required. Use context. Use context. Use context. Use context. And counter reducer not here. You need to be observe the counter context. Counter context. And now save it. Second line does not require. Okay. Okay. Go to the app.jsx. Counter provider. Go to the counter provider option. Counter context page. Counter context page. Go to the counter context.
One second.
Okay. Go to the main page.
Here or?
It comes from counter.jsx. It's coming from counter.jsx. Go to the home page, home.jsx. Go to the home.jsx.
Yeah, this should be this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you are not using properly, then you cannot see properly out.
Yeah.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
So similar like this, if we are working with the products, okay, if we are working with the products, so that time we can use it also, product context, okay, product context dot jsx, and this is the product context value, and
Yeah.
this product context have initial state, okay, and this initial state value, here we can use the initial state initial state. It is required because this initial state have products
Already predefined. But
predefined.
even like otherwise also, if we say as like initial state as 0 in the counter context, that also should work, right?
Sorry, what you say?
In the counter context also, the initial state can come from somewhere else also, right? In that particular case, we need to import that
No,
initial state.
actually not comes in from anywhere, because at this moment I use also reducer part in same file. Okay, so for that particular reason, this particular initial state comes from in a same folder, because we are not need to use as a export it, because it is not linked with the other files. So for that reason I did not write any export before it. Okay, and now count count and count value is 0. Okay, so this is the product and products count. Okay, so if product are added, So set product, we can set the product value, and as well as count product dot length. Okay, and after that we can also set up count state if we are adding the product here. This is the product state. If we are delete some product, and if we are use count, and here only set count option. So this is the state of property value which can be observed on the count section data. Okay, so this is the actually another state options, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so how can we use this particular thing, this counter context provider? I already included into the product provider section, right? This. Okay, so this is our product section. Here we can see the our all the products. Okay,
Hmm.
we are already seen all the products here. So just I use where, what is the problem? Okay, initial state cannot access before initialization. It is right, because uh, this particular thing, these two things does not actually accessing like this way. So we first initialize it before all these things, because when we are using the const property, const declaration, and this const declarations did not give to access before declaring, so it is the problem. So for that particular reason I just cut from the below and set up it above of the context setup.
Hmm.
Okay, and after this it can be work. Okay, so when it is work, then I just simply set up the in the product section. This is the product section, and in this product section, if we want to add product, so I try to create the product part. So this is the card value, and this is the button, and now here is the one button, and I try to set another button here. So this time this button name is will be add to cart, add to cart. It will be add to cart section, and when performing add to cart, so button, this will be button, of course, and after that here click, when you are clicking, then this add to cart coming from here. This is the add to cart, and here I just writing hard code add to cart. Okay,
Hmm.
and this particular button section comes here also. Okay, so this is this particular thing, and btn or add to cart is here, and we can use after this. If both are one, property is initialized, then we can see this particular thing. So what is the problem? Pattern. Okay, so if we are creating add to cart option, then we can see the add to cart. Okay, hello.
Mm-hmm.
So at this moment I just simply go to the products page in this section, and now I just simply add to cart property, and now we can see the add to cart value. So just we are trying to add the product value in this section. Okay, so just
But this is console.log.
yes,
Okay.
at this moment I just simply use the console.log because I want to see if I clicking so product are display or not. Okay, so this time
Mm.
product are displaying. So when we are attach the product here, so this is the my product page. So this time const uh, just I try to set up the cart page, or actually product context actually I'm using. So for that particular reason I just use the cart use context, and here product product context to use as a observer, but not like that. uh, Here we just actually simply add two options actually required, because this time we need to be set up card. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, add uh, cart add cart only. Okay, so now I just new to use set product context here. This is not required actually. Okay, so uh, uh, and it will be cart action. It will be named cart action. Okay, so cart action, and now I just simply use cart action, and our product will be like this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if we are creating here, and after that we just go to the navigation section, and in this section in this section I just simply uh, create the link tag right now, and create also cart page after this. So this time we just observe the counter value. Okay, so not this time we are not seen any counter property. Here we can use the product context property. Okay, and when
Mm-hmm.
we are get the product context, so it will be cart. Okay, a cart object, it will be cart object. Okay, and from this cart object we get the value cart from counter, because sorry, not counter, count. Cart dot count is the value. Okay, so in this product context section we are actually initialize the value like this. Okay,
Hmm.
so now we can see it is properly work or not. So add to cart, yes, product is added. Second product also added, third product is also added. When I clicking here, so this time we need to be use the cart page. Okay, so for that particular reason we just simply use the cart dot jsx uh, option, and at this time export default function and cart page, and here we can simply use the cart page, and after that we need to be registered here the cart page section. Here we use cart, and now this is the cart page section, and now here we can see the cart object.
I think we have to go back again and then add.
Okay, so we can here we can go to
But we should get that here, right? Like the objects.
we already have the object. So const cart. Okay, so this is the actually cart context object, and also we can use the product cart options. So now here we can prepare a table. Okay, so this is the cart part, and product name, and also you can use the th product image, and here we can use product image also. Okay, so we can see all the product image from the card. Okay, we can already seen. If we add to card, and then we can observe the value. Card map not actually here, because card dot products is the map object, and this time we can see okay, so add to cart already here, and now we can see the value. Okay, so this is the actual thing, but just try to design daisy da daisy ui. Just we need to be check the table component. I just copy this component and paste the component part here first, and after that this is the head section. Image, product title, and as well as description, sorry, price, action.
Why action is required in this?
If you remove the product from the cart, so that time what you can do if you want to remove.
But that we have not integrated, right?
It already integrated. That also integrated with our cart section. So this time in cart dot products dot map, okay, and okay, I just comment out here it is, and now delete product options already there into this product context option. And here is the delete product options already here. Okay, so for that particular reason we can use it also, but this delete cart options not like that. If we want to remove product, so that time const cart action is required to set option. Okay, and through cart actions we can use the remove the product by id, not remove, it is a delete product key. It is a delete cart option, and now okay, you can use the payload as a product. payload.id. It's required because payload is a uh, pro-
Object.
product object, and there we can see the product value. Otherwise, if we only see the product thing, if we try to only
But we are if but we you are comparing ID with the with the object. Product that ID is.
okay, we can use the product. So this time we just use simply product, and they are monitoring the product.id to remove the. Okay, so just clean. Okay,
Hmm.
and here, uh, here, here, here. For wow, good. Okay,
If you delete anyone, okay.
and as well as if you want to see the total value, so just we can use the total to, total. Here I see price 0, and I think total price, just calculate the algorithm. If we need to write it manually, then it was too
Hmm.
much hard to manage all the thing. But uh, AI give us this kind of facilities.
Yep.
Now after body we can use the t foot, t foot, t foot, and now we can price action. So actually these two things are not required. uh, Span, call span, g g total tl total price will be card dot total price action nothing. Okay, so this is the total price, and class name text right. Okay, so this time we are not seen. Why? Because product not added. So now it is added, and then it will be calculated. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
also uh, text right, but why not it is purely set up. Okay, so and now it's two fixed only, two extra object value. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
this Okay, so everything is fixed.
Okay.
Okay, and if I remove any value, automatically decrease the total value.
Mm.
And here we can use the button for checkout.
Yeah.
And when we are clicking the checkout button, then go to the checkout page.
Mm.
Okay, so cart pages are completed. Quite interesting.
Yeah. I will try to do something like implement this, provided I'm able to do.
Hmm.
I'll just see.
Did you try now or after the
No,
session?
I'll try after some time.
Okay, so I send you the source code with you.
Yeah, you send, but I'll just try to take myself and then I'll check if I'm stuck anywhere, then I can check yours.
Code,
Yeah.
because this code are very clean, I think.
Yeah.
So you can understand everything from here.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the
Yeah.
actually basic thing where we are did not using any Redux library, but we
Mm-hmm.
get same facility. And one
Mm-hmm.
more thing, I just give you the simplified, uh, because here we have two type of context library.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
and here we are actually seeing two provider like this. So just we combine it in one library, one
Mm-hmm.
provider. So
Mm-hmm.
if we try it for it one provider, so here we can use app uh,
Context.
BIDR provider dot JSX. Okay, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And just we can create export and default, and then we can use the function like this, and just we remove from here both of this, and just place it here and
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay, so this is like
Mm.
minifying the if you are using multiple
Mm.
provider in your
Yeah.
application, so that time minified all the provider, or
Mm.
compressed all the provider in a single component, and that
Mm.
single component can be used here only.
Yeah.
So this time you can use app provider like this, and just you use that app provider. Your
Mm.
every type of functionalities can be
Mm.
working fine when you are using, but just I need to be import here. Sorry, counter provider. Okay, so this is the process to managing all the context into the single area.
Mm.
Okay, so this is the compressed, and here just simple and clean codes which are presenting.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, so let's end our session
Sure.
for today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm.